Good morning, Laurie. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing phenomenal. So,
Good.
the deal that we had together closed on Friday.
Yeah, I reached out to the borrower, extremely ecstatic. I mean, we our time element in turning this around with a very different type of property was and an assignment of an appraisal. Kudos to you. Kudos to a cooperating borrower, which is the key.
Hmm.
But ecstatic. So thank you so much for that.
I went by the house yesterday. They had already taken out appliances, put in brand new stainless steel. We're already moving in. It was
Wow. Yeah, they seem like they have really spot on taste, you know?
yeah, and
Yeah.
they wanted this property, and
I
we
mean, how many parcels? I think it had 8 parcels on it. And
Mhm.
one of the parcels was across the street, which gave them lake rights. So very difficult property to finance. And then once again, we put in the diligence and the hard work and don't give up. I talk to all my borrowers. I'm willing to work with you. Don't give up. Once in a while we'll have some obstacles, but we will persevere.
Yep,
So,
and they got done in time.
yep.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So, let me kind of segue right into it because you had mentioned that they were ready to go. They were very cooperative. They
Right.
were pre-approved or pre-qualified. What were
They
they?
were they were pre-approved with another lender
Okay,
in Manhattan, but the lender could not do that type of property.
got
Um, so yeah, in answer to that, a pre-qualification is where we give your credit a run because your credit really is the determining factor as to what loan product or products you qualify for. Once we get a feel for the credit, we take your income, we combine them together, able to go over various different rates with various different products and programs, payments, etc. Now, does that carry a lot of weight with some realtors and some sellers? Not necessarily, because I'm not comparing anything to an application or a 1003, meaning I'm not getting W-2s. I'm not getting any information to support what they're telling me verbally or face-to-face. When you do a pre-approval, that's really where you get an actual commitment from a lender that backs you up with concrete financing. And usually what we need for that is 2 years W-2s, 2 months bank statements must be sent in its entirety. So to reiterate, in an asset, if you have 8 pages to a statement and the last page is blank, please send all 8 pages because it's not valid unless it's sent in its entirety. So getting back to what we need in documentation for a pre-approval, magic number is 2. When in doubt, always think 2. 2 years W-2s, 2 months bank statements, 2 years federal tax returns, don't need state. Need 2 pieces of ID. Depending upon the type of product or program, need 12 months of canceled rent checks. And the only other thing that deviates from that 2 years is 1 month of consecutive pay stubs. If they are retired on a fixed income, Social Security, disability, pension, just need award letters.
okay.
Okay. Once I get that documentation, I take an application. It can be done verbally over the phone, on my website, internet, fax. Once I have that, I compare the information. It's submitted into an underwriter, and you actually get a commitment from the bank in less than 24 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you, can someone get a pre-approval before identifying the home to purchase?
Oh, absolutely. Most of them, if you ever see on the actual verbalage of a pre-approval or a pre-qual, it says to be determined, meaning it's for serious buyers that know that they're going to buy. It's valid for a 90-day period. I can extend it to 120 days, but it also gives the seller confidence in if that buyer is interested in their property and placing an offer, that they have financing in place. I mean, that's the most unnerving thing for a seller. When you hand them a pre-qualification, it clearly states, I have not looked at documentation, but just credit. And
Right.
believe it or not, some people have difficulties, especially if you're self-employed. Let me just reiterate on that. Self-employed, 2 years, personal and business tax returns. We go on your adjusted net income. So we're going to be looking at your profit and loss from business. K1s, S Corps, need to see all that information. So a lot of times people have difficult time reading it. It gets complex. So that's why a lot of times they say, when in doubt, give it to me so we can take a look at it. Also, what you can afford and what you want to spend are two different things.
Right.
So it's important that we put a number on there that the borrower or the buyer is comfortable with. If we need to re-alter it, meaning the ratios, they could go much higher on the product or program they choose, we just revise it.
Okay. So as a realtor, I want to see pre-approval.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, before I even take them out. And I can always send them to you for that pre-approval, right?
I would love that. I would love that.
Now, once we've identified a home and we have our approval, can the mortgage still be declined even though we have the approval?
Well, I'll put that on Facebook again. There are some things that can jeopardize your pre-approval, such as if you leave your job.
Okay.
If you incur additional debt. That's why we say,
don't buy.
Yeah, try to stay placed where you are, at least until we close. Absorb any large debt, because that could take you out of a ratio. Because prior to you closing, not only do we verify your income, make sure you're still there, they do a very soft touch on your credit to see if you've absorbed any additional debt. If you have, I've seen it where it's actually taken a person out of their program where they no longer qualify, and we have to scramble to get them into another loan product. And a lot of times the closing date has to be extended.
Okay. Well, you answered my next question, which were, what are some of the common reasons a loan would get declined? And, again, if you make a major purchase, which now it makes sense why I tell my clients, hey, don't buy the appliances just yet.
Yeah, hold off on the Braymore and Flanagan, please.
Yes, but buy them day of closing. Hey, that afternoon,
yeah, God bless. Decorate and to the galore. But when we're in a transaction, you keep low. Also, no large deposits. No. You want to keep a pattern. Remember, too. So we want to see 2 months bank statement. If all of a sudden you're not closing for another 60 days, we have 2 months bank statements. We like to update documentation as we go. So what happens all of a sudden, we see paychecks, we see different things being deposited. And all of a sudden I see, whoa, $6,000, not a gift money. We're like, where did this come from? And so it has to be justified. All large deposits have to be explained and traced. So I always tell everyone, give me a call before you start doing anything, because there's ways that it can be productive and not create what we call in our business red flags.
Got it. Now, as a realtor, how can I help my clients through their mortgage process?
Well, a lot of times, and I think you know this, we communicate all the time.
Yes.
The transaction we just closed on Friday, 2 weeks. And that's because we have people that cooperate. That doesn't necessarily happen sometimes. And so therefore, I will have to get a realtor involved if I'm looking for additional documentation and I'm not getting a response. So that's how I get you involved. If something comes up, sometimes people, unfortunately, one thing's told, but when we verify it, it's totally not what initially we had discussed. I always tell everyone, and I tell my realtors as well, the level of confidentiality is there, but please tell me everything because I'm going to find out.
Yeah.
I'd rather know up front so it doesn't jeopardize anything along the transaction, and everything is smooth and we all have a great housewarming party and it's wonderful. But yeah, I always tell the realtors, if you find anything, let me know. I'll tell you if it's okay, if it's not going to jeopardize anything. But, truth be told, just be honest and upfront. Sometimes people will send in documentation. I'll say, oh, no, we're not using that. Okay. So meaning I'm on your side. We're a team, and all for the common good of closing on their home purchase.
Sounds great. Any last words for anyone out there looking to get a mortgage
Oh,
soon?
yeah. Yeah. Crystal ball. Fed's outlook is stating because the economy is bouncing back and consumer spending is up there, that rumor is rates are going to start going up, that the Feds are going to start raising rates in June. As I told you, it's been very volatile, up, down, up, down, up, down. Came back on Friday, and we seem to be an even keel this morning, but reports are rampant with the Treasury surge that we might see some hikes. So, guys, this is the time to get out there and place some offers and start buying.
Lock in that rate now and get your offer.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
A sale in now before June.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you, Laurie.
You're welcome.
Have a productive day.
And you do the same, my friend, as I know you will.
Yes, I'm going to meet a client in about an hour, so I have a few things to get ready.
Great, great. And I think we should go over some PHFA, maybe VA next week.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.